It was July 31st, 2021, a humid Georgia night when a black Chrysler 300 SRT8 decided that an intersection was its personal racetrack. Smoke rolled off the tires as the driver spun donuts under the streetlights until a Georgia State Patrol cruiser rolled up blue lights cutting through the haze. Instead of easing off the throttle, the driver stomped it, turning a spectacle into a high-speed escape through Atlanta's south side. What came next was chaos on wheels.
The connector. Can't do it right now. There's our Y up to the connector. Left lane, we're going 75, 85 north. Passing 166.
We're on 166.
On the connector north, 166. We're going about 80. Setting up for a bid, 42, good attempt. Failed. Setting up again, we'll cross under Pryor Road. He's going to try to pin him again. They're northbound, approaching fire, and step for a second pit.
Good. Look out.
Big successful, big 50.
When the Chrysler's rear tire blew and sparks flew, it was only a matter of time. The driver's desperate foot chase into the woods didn't last long. Officers from multiple agencies closed in and made the arrest. Now facing a long list of charges, this stunt will live on as yet another case of showboating gone sideways. On October 3rd, 2020, troopers from the Michigan State Police Metro South Post spotted something that didn't belong to its driver, a stolen Dodge Durango SRT roaring through Detroit. The driver made the split-second choice to floor it, gambling that the Durango's raw power could outpace police precision. What followed would push both man and machine to their limits on Detroit's crowded streets.
All right, we're committing East Davidson for 75.
Through 75 East Davidson.
Traffic's light, speeds of 110.
Traffic light speed.
50. Go back up Dave.
Up Dave.
Good right, you're good right. Got clear traffic. It's gonna crash. Oh.
Still. I don't know what he's doing. Pit. And we out.
In the end, the suspect was taken into custody without further chaos, charged with fleeing and eluding along with possession of a stolen motor vehicle and several other offenses. For all that risk, the outcome was inevitable. You can't outrun a coordinated team with training and patience. Just another reminder that a few reckless minutes on the gas pedal can rewrite someone's life overnight. Some choices defy logic, like flooring a Dodge Charger past 120 miles per hour with children in the back seat. On August 7th, 2024, a Florida Highway Patrol trooper tried to stop a gray Charger for speeding on Interstate 10, but what started as a minor violation became a dangerous sprint across Gadsden County. Behind the wheel was Steve Manuel Jr., a man who turned a simple traffic stop into a nightmare scenario.
I say you're the 171 westbound.
So you get these county units around them for 180.
That's it, over here again. Cover copy, ratio 158.
After a 6-hour manhunt involving multiple agencies, Manuel was finally caught near a gas station, dehydrated, exhausted, and out of luck. Inside, the Charger troopers found drug residue paraphernalia and evidence of reckless endangerment. He was charged with fleeing and eluding child abuse, possession of drug paraphernalia, and more. No thrill is worth risking young lives, and this chase stands as a brutal example of it. On June 3rd, 2022, a stolen Ford Mustang tore through the streets near Hapeville, Georgia, its driver oblivious that a LoJack alert had already sealed his fate. Within minutes, Georgia State Patrol's criminal suppression unit locked on like a missile. Sirens screamed, tires gripped the asphalt, and the cat-and-mouse chase lit up the night. The driver still thought he could outrun what was coming.
Knocking on, continuing. 3 seconds right, on the runways, working, and still out of them. In front of the runways now, the airport interloop, just on out facing the wrong way on interloop. Trying to drive.
The chase ended as fast as it began when troopers executed not one, but 2 PT maneuvers, shredding the Mustang's momentum and any hope of escape. The driver, Dexter Lamar Williams, was pulled from the car and taken into custody without further resistance. Charges followed swiftly, wrapping up another case where stolen horsepower met trained precision. When the GSP's suppression unit rolls out, the smart move is to just stop, because there's no winning that game. Evening sunlight faded over June 27, 2023, as Trooper Daniel Walcott sat along a quiet Arkansas roadside until a silver Ford Mustang flashed by with expired tags and 0 insurance. The driver had every reason to stop and none to run, yet he stomped on the gas. What began as a routine traffic violation exploded into a 100-mile-per-hour pursuit through rural roads, each curve more dangerous than the last. After a pit maneuver ended the pursuit, the truth came spilling out: meth paraphernalia and a suspended license. The driver, Joshua Scott Denham, was hauled off to jail on a laundry list of felony charges. Trooper Walcott's quick action likely prevented something far worse on that highway. Another reminder that for some one bad decision can pack a trunk full of consequences. On December 10, 2024, Trooper Vrooman spotted a white Dodge Challenger cruising in the left lane of Highway 67, just another car among many or so, it seemed. For a few minutes, the driver appeared calm, even flicking on a turn signal like he planned to cooperate. But instead of pulling over, he hit the gas, turning a simple traffic stop into a high-stakes pursuit. The chase came to a violent end when the Challenger slammed into the cable barrier, and the driver, later identified as Dontarius Gordon, made one last desperate run on foot. After a short struggle, he was caught with the help of a passing motorist, no less. Gordon's list of charges piled high, including felony fleeing and possession of controlled substances. In the end, the Dodge wasn't the only thing that took a beating, so did his chances of freedom. It was March 15, 2021, and a Georgia State Patrol trooper sat quietly in the median engine idling, watching traffic roll by. Then came the radio call, a pursuit northbound on GA 61. Within seconds, the trooper became the spearhead of a chase that would test every ounce of judgment and timing, with a fast-moving Mustang weaving its way toward Interstate 20.
What's the rate of travel? Yeah, nothing. Clear each.
When the trooper finally executed a pit, the Mustang shot off the roadway and down an embankment, ending the chase in a crash among the trees. The driver and passenger bolted into the woods, leaving a third occupant behind to face the flashing lights alone. While one suspect slipped away, the GSP's quick reaction likely prevented something far worse on that busy stretch of road. Sometimes the forest catches what the highway can't. On July 8, 2023, around 10 p.m., Cabot police reported a stolen white Dodge Challenger tearing through the night, its driver clearly in no mood to stop. The car roared down Interstate 30 like it owned the road, threading through traffic and blasting down the shoulder. When Arkansas State Police joined the pursuit, the driver pushed it even harder, flirting with disaster at nearly 130 miles per hour. This wasn't just a joyride, it was a ticking clock.
Careful. 11, 18, and 16, y'all end it when you can. 10-4. Just past the 137 westbound, number 2 lanes, into 135. TVI. Copy, TVI.
Went into the woods.
The pursuit ended with the Challenger spun into a concrete barrier, leaving sparks, smoke, and silence behind. The driver, identified as Marquette Muhammad, took off on foot, but was quickly captured. He faced a stack of charges, including theft of property, aggravated assault, and felony fleeing. For someone who thought he could outrun the law, he found out the hard way that horsepower can't beat precision. It was August 2nd, 2023, and the night seemed quiet on Interstate 40 until a Dodge Durango blew past the radar like a rocket. The driver heading west wanted one thing: to make it back to Memphis no matter the risk. But when flashing blue lights appeared in his mirrors, his calm drive turned into a desperate run. What followed was a dangerous game of cat and mouse across lanes and shoulders at over 100 miles per hour.
202. Oh, wait, show 1037. Turn around, Mound City. V27, what's your 20? We're 40, back eastbound now. Speed of 110. PBI. 1016. Let me see your hand! Let me see your hand!
The Durango's occupants were detained without further resistance, bringing the wild chase to a calm conclusion. Authorities prepared multiple charges, including speeding, reckless driving, and felony fleeing. For a few minutes, it might have felt like an escape, but reality always catches up. This time, it came with sirens and a long list of citations. On May 21st, 2023, a blue Ford Mustang with no license plate became the center of chaos after Jacksonville police clocked it flying down Highway 67 at 116 miles per hour. The driver wasn't just running from flashing lights, he was running from reality. Arkansas State Police joined in as the chase merged onto Interstate 40, where multiple troopers positioned themselves for a takedown. One wrong move at that speed could turn steel into confetti.
Correction, 140 westbound, approaching 30.
Yes, I think you should go to PSC.
The Mustang's driver was quickly taken into custody and handed over to Jacksonville police. No serious injuries were reported, but the incident added another cautionary tale to Arkansas's growing list of dangerous pursuits. Investigators confirmed multiple traffic and fleeing violations. One moment of adrenaline cost this driver his freedom, and a good deal more than a speeding ticket. On June 20th, 2024, a routine stolen vehicle report from a Walmart in Pocahontas quickly escalated into something far more dangerous. The driver, later identified as 35-year-old Sarah Bates, had reportedly stolen a Corvette while under the influence. When an off-duty officer spotted the flashy sports car at a liquor store, it seemed like the chase might end before it even began. But as soon as troopers tried to pull her over, Bates made a choice that would turn a simple recovery into a high-speed pursuit through northern Arkansas.
What's your speed in traffic?
The 113 light traffic. Sarah, just stop the car.
When the Corvette finally came to a halt, Bates's reckless joyride was officially over. She was arrested without injury and charged with DWI drugs, reckless driving, fleeing with substantial risk of death, and driving on a suspended license, among others. The stolen vehicle was returned, and remarkably, no state property was damaged during the pursuit. It was November 27, 2024, when the calm along Interstate 530 was shattered by the roar of a Dodge Challenger tearing north at extreme speed. Sergeant Monroe joined the pursuit as the muscle car weaved through lanes, showing zero regard for anyone on the road. With each reckless swerve, the driver seemed determined to test the limits of both the car and the troopers chasing it. What happened next would unfold in seconds, a high-stakes moment at nearly 140 miles per hour.
Approaching the north interchange, speed 132. Light traffic. CBI prototype, CBI prototype.
The driver's luck ran out when the Challenger spun out and slammed against the median wall, leaving its driver no choice but to flee on foot. Despite the passenger being the vehicle's owner, they refused to help identify the runner, a silence that said everything. The car was impounded and the search for the unidentified driver continued. At those speeds, it was less about escape and more about survival. On January 24, 2021, a Georgia state trooper sitting on Interstate 85 near mile marker 51 noticed something off a white Mustang flying past like it owned the highway. The trooper clocked it at well over 100 miles per hour, swerving between lanes like a drunk on a racetrack. What began as a simple speeding stop quickly turned into a dangerous pursuit as the driver refused to slow down. And behind the wheel was someone whose judgment was clearly impaired by more than just adrenaline.
Temple.
Hit.
After a precise pit maneuver brought the chase to a brutal stop, the driver identified as Martha Hendrickson was found intoxicated, confused, and shaken. She was charged with DUI speeding, reckless driving, failure to maintain lane, and fleeing. Hendrickson was treated for her injuries and later booked into the Coweta County Jail. Another late-night decision fueled by alcohol and speed that could have easily ended much worse. It was a buzzing night in Atlanta, Georgia, when two Dodge Challengers, one gray, one white, stormed through downtown streets in the middle of the night, racing side by side as if the highways were their personal playground. Troopers from the Georgia State Patrol locked in following the pair as they tore through exits and interchanges, dodging every chance to surrender. It was like a scene straight out of an action movie, except this one was all too real.
You can see cars.
To the right.
All right, yeah, they're trying to take I-20 together. Still coming up to I-20.
Coming up,
Yes, but you're probably better off. I don't know, to be honest with you. We're passing up Clayton County units now, passing Clayton County units now. Stand by.
Passing Clayton County unit.
Pit. I'm trying to get him off the road, get him disabled. Stand by. All right, stand by. Multiple pits and contacts.
After the pursuit came to an end, troopers arrested the driver of the gray Challenger while the white one managed to escape into the night. The captured suspect was booked on multiple charges, including fleeing and attempting to elude reckless driving, speeding, obstruction, and racing on highways. His vehicle was impounded, and investigators continued efforts to locate the second driver involved. One muscle car got away, but the other served as proof that running from the Georgia State Patrol never ends well. At 3 o'clock in the morning on April 26, 2025, an Arkansas State Trooper noticed a white Dodge Charger flying down Interstate 30, like it was late for the apocalypse. The car was weaving through lanes at 100 miles per hour, ignoring every rule in the book. When the driver refused to stop, the trooper realized he wasn't just dealing with a speeder, he was dealing with someone completely out of control. What followed was a short but chaotic chase that ended hard against a concrete wall.
Just information, Jefferson.
The driver, later identified as Marquise Christian, was so intoxicated he could barely stand, yet still had 3 active warrants across multiple counties. After being taken to the hospital for clearance, Christian caused such a disturbance that staff threatened to sedate him. He was charged with multiple offenses, including DWI, third reckless driving, and fleeing. Some people hit rock bottom quietly. Others crash headfirst into it at 85 miles per hour. This pursuit might be over, but the road ahead has plenty more chaos in store. Check out the next video to see how the next suspect's story unfolds under flashing lights and roaring engines. There's always another decision, another chase, another close call. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to stay on the ride.